up, please. This is another Absolute Sabers live stream.
Hello there. And it is only apt that he makes an appearance. Finally, Tim.
I'm back.
You were here for the first episode, weren't you? Or the first
I was
two?
here for the first one, and then
First one,
I kind of slept on the rest of this crap series. And then the last episode was actually kind of good. But...
Yeah, it's been, let's say, divisive, right?
Yeah.
It's been divisive. It's been one of these.
I'll say this: nothing
experiences.
really pissed me off. I was just really disappointed in a lot of the storytelling choices. Shit like I had no idea what Mother Smoke Witch was doing when she was turned into smoke and making May turn into smoke. And apparently Leslie Headland explained that she was trying to rescue May. Well, the fact that you got to explain that to me, you should know what the hell's going on. So there's a lot of little stupid decisions. I feel
little things, but we'll get into it all. Cole, 10 out of 10.
Hey, darling.
Darling, how you doing, man? Ben Solo Run, what's going on, man? So yeah, good evening, everyone. Acolyte. First of all, I have to say we finished an after show because the last one we didn't get to finish, so apologies. But so the finale for this. I think some people are quite relieved by the sounds of things. Let's feed the ducks. There we go.
Ducks is hungry.
Ducks are always hungry, man. What's going on? What do you mean? I thought everyone loved it. Well. Yeah, so we got a late one.
Fucking party, dude.
Let's party, bro.
What's up, Jesse?
What's up, Jessington?
Not much. Working. Power off.
Power
All
on.
them fonts sounding.
So far, so good.
Yeah, gonna have a Saturday release.
Oh, fuck. Probably not.
Was there a change?
Loser, come on.
You mean I rushed through all of that and it's not going to get... I busted my ass.
Maybe. I might be able to.
Did the font sound change when she bled it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it turned into Chimera sound, didn't it?
But pitched up, yeah.
Pitched up.
Slightly, yeah. Two semitones.
I went back and listened to Chimera and Soul Sabers against each other with that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what in the world?
Sounds like the balloon.
That sounds like a balloon, yeah.
Oh, man. Well, we look forward to it whenever it...
I might be able to Saturday. I don't know, dude. I'm just not making any promises. That's all.
Just wait and see what happens. It's probably the best thing to do.
Also, I don't know if the music for the last 4 episodes is out yet. So
I'm not in a hurry, but I'll make a YouTube video if you font me before they release.
okay, I'll do that.
Font me.
Font me.
Font me.
Fought me, bro.
Font me, bro. Yeah, I'm still figuring out how to actually do Profi again with the Verndary.
Says the guy who made a how-to Profi video.
That was 3 years ago.
That taught
man.
me how to do Profi.
I haven't fucked with Provis for a long time. Provis. Anyone who is perhaps here, I'm actually a bit disappointed, man. I told everyone that the giveaway would be on this stream tonight, and no one's appeared. I'm fucking. Although saying that it is like fucking midnight here, so that could be why.
Hey, I entered that stream and I'm here.
I did too. Yeah, you have to be here to win.
Oh,
exactly.
Changing the rules.
The fix is in.
I'll be drawing that in about 45 minutes time. So thanks to Elvis, by the way, because he actually found a way for me to do that, because my file that had all the names. Yeah, I got it, man. It works. It works. So yeah, the notepad file that I had all the names written down on, just to copy and paste onto the randomizer wheel, just fucking gone.
I agree.
And
with
it
Cole.
took like 40 minutes to write all that. So I had no time tonight because I've just finished work.
Elvis, the
So-
real MVP.
He is the real MVP. Wish they made the show more adult orientated. For having lesbian witch cult, make it more lesbian and witchy. I like the sound of that.
Did anyone look at the Manny GQ thing?
GQ.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
No.
You
So
sent
he
me earlier
says-
on. I had a little browse over it.
He's bringing sexy back to Star Wars,
Yeah, yes.
and he talked about what he hopes for season 2.
Really?
I'm like,
Did
that
any-
seems like confirmation.
him getting into the pool and they cut it
happening.
together with Pelagius watching from the shadows?
I'm telling you, it has to happen. It has to. Like, there's just no way they can leave it like that. If they do, that's like, that way, like, you watch a show on Amazon Prime and they cancel it after a season, and there's like so many questions.
Netflix is really good. Is really bad about that.
They are. Halo just get fucking cancelled. What the fuck?
Good. That show was crap.
Really?
Yeah, Paramount Plus just fucking cancelled Halo, man. They're looking for a new home for it, so Netflix might pick it up. Although Netflix might not pick it up.
Okay.
Netflix might not pick it up because they just picked up WWE from January, so they might not pick it up. So
Yeah, I'm loving the Halo series.
season 2 was a banger, man. It was so good. So yeah, that kind of ruined my night. We'll wait and see. Hopefully there is. Chimera, more like come here.
Calm down, Cole.
It's like Cameron Diaz and There's Something About Mary, Louise, don't shoot me, but I really like the show. She actually did. She actually really enjoyed the show.
Hi, Louise.
My mum
Yo, yo.
actually really enjoyed the show, and she's I wouldn't say she's a casual viewer. She really does like Star Wars, but she's not like fanatical, but she really enjoyed it. So they have some people on side.
I feel like that's a theme because like my wife is casual. She likes Star Wars a lot, but she's not like she doesn't know all the things that I know. And she's like, I enjoyed it. I'm like, no, but you don't understand.
No, you're wrong. Let me tell you why.
Boom, 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 boom. And she's like, yeah, but like only you guys know that. Like the rest of us, like normal people, don't. And I'm like, I get that, but like it's still wrong. So,
You wrong, woman.
yeah.
Let's be honest, right? The show overall, we'll get into the the meat and potatoes of episode 8 shortly, but the show overall, it had its moments. It just felt like, for me, a lot of the timings were off in terms of the utilized X amount of time to do one thing.
Mhm.
Right? Like that whole episode 7, it didn't need to be that long. That could have been, from my perspective, that could have been a continuation of 6, having, this is what I said last week, actually, before I even seen 8, having Saul talking to May when she was bound on the bed, which, that sounded wrong, but you know what I mean? They could have been in that position, and he could have been telling her, and that could have been the flashback, and we could have jumped maybe back a little bit more to Chimera and Osha as well, and used the time that way, which I felt would have been better.
I thought he was telling her the story. That's why we saw it. Because episode 6 ends with, you're going to listen to me first, and then episode 7 starts with the flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did we need all that time? Did we need a full, nearly 40-minute episode?
Did we
I
need
don't
to
think
see
we did.
scenes we already saw just from a different point of view with slightly different dialogue?
If there's
Certain scenes, yes.
if there was ever a show that needs the what's his name? See, I think I have it on my desktop here. The Patterson cut of like Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
If there was ever a show that needed a Patterson cut, it's this. This is a movie. This didn't have to be a show, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we got that deep into the characters where it needed to
No.
be episodic. Like they probably could have covered this in a film. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean,
Facts.
this is the thing, right? This is the thing. Oh, we just dipped.
Jesse didn't like that comment.
That'll be his fucking Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I was taught Star Wars by Sam. It was a requirement. He's back.
Welcome back.
Did anyone's
done,
opinion overall of the show boost after this last episode?
Yeah, I think overall.
Yeah.
Before this
Yeah,
episode, I didn't want to watch a season 2. After this episode, I would watch a season 2.
Okay, that's really fair because you were not on that before. So,
but I want to see where the story goes from here. Actually, what I would love is for them to commit to a season 2, but kick Leslie Headland off of it and give it to somebody else.
Give it to Dave
I
and
wouldn't
John
do that.
Favreau.
This is the thing. I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that either because
no.
the show isn't Leslie's; it's Disney's version of Leslie's story. So it's, I don't know.
If we
I'd kind of
actually
like
got
to see her
Leslie's
complete
version, which is apparently so much better, I would like that.
Yeah. This is the thing, though, right? It's see, Deborah Chow's version of Obi-Wan was a lot better than what we got.
Yeah.
You know, like in this, but this is the thing, right? It's they are tasked with coming up with a project. It is presented, and then the higher uppers say, "Okay, we like the premise, we like this, we don't like this, we want to go in this direction, change this, this, and this." And what are they meant to say? No. Bye bye. You know, obviously they have put themselves forward for the projects for a reason because they want to do it. So obviously at that point you wouldn't be like, okay, cheerio. You know, it'd be trying to work around what they want, which, you know, every single showrunner does. But unfortunately, I don't think for the most part it kind of worked. I go back to the question. I majorly enjoyed it to a point, and then 7 I went, oh no, and then it kind of 8 has brought it back up for me.
So how does everybody feel? It's not necessarily a canon break, but now that we know that Yoda knew the whole time and was lying, or does that upset you?
we don't know.
Wait, we don't know.
We don't know what they said. She
No,
could've
because-
lied to Yoda.
Yeah, because Vanessa's been lying
Yeah, she has been lying.
that whole episode. So
But she didn't have to go to Yoda with a lie. Yoda didn't know anything.
She could
But
just
why
be going to
call
Yoda
Yoda
about the
unless
virgins in
tell
the
him the
Force.
truth?
She could just be telling Yoda about a virgins in the Force. It doesn't have to be about Quaimir.
Or it
But
could
wouldn't they investigate it then? Wouldn't the council go investigate the virgins if she told them that?
Yeah, but who's to say he's still there? He could be off doing whatever.
Nah,
with,
this seems pretty cut and dry. I think this is
or they go and
Proof and
investigate
cover
season
up.
2. Or maybe they investigate season 2. It kind of just cuts
Well,
off. He doesn't even say anything.
I think season 2 is going to be all about Vanestra / May hunting down Chimere and Osha, and
Fair.
I don't think we're going to get
like
necessarily
an ogre Cole.
So where do you think Pelagius falls in this? Is he just there observing? Is he a master to Quimir's apprentice? Is he an apprentice to Quimir? Will he become an apprentice? I mean, where does he fall in this?
So Plagueis is the master. Chimere is the apprentice. Plagueis was away, came back, has discovered that Chimere is up to no good, has an acolyte, which means that Chimere is getting ready to try and overthrow him. That's how the Sith do shit. We all know that doesn't happen, you know. It's nice though, right? Like people are losing their oh my god, Plagueis can't be. He's only this. How many people honestly wanted Plagueis in this series? In any shape or form. Doesn't matter if it was a cameo.
Has that been confirmed to be in Plagueis, or is just everyone speculating?
No, it's Plagueis. It's
Okay.
confirmed.
yeah. Leslie said Plagueis.
Okay.
Yeah. You know?
I've been working and sleeping.
I
since
felt
the
like
show
his
came out, so I
cameo
have no
was
idea.
weird. It was kind of unnecessary, but I'm not mad that he's in it.
But the cameo is so ambiguous, they could make it any story.
Mhm.
I mean, the reason he could be there is because he's checking up on this creation of life with with OSHA. He could be there just to check in on OSHA to see how this project's going, and it had nothing to do with Chimere. And Chimere actually is just a different.
The metal from the cave, you know, he because in his history, in the legends, his master knew about that metal and what it did. So it could be around that, you know.
Surprised we never saw Palpatine have cortosis.
Yeah, it seems like a really cool metal. I was surprised that Chimere didn't use it in that final battle.
The planet, the unknown planet. Is it safe to say that is Baldemnik?
I think it is.
It has to be.
Baldemnik. It's where Pelagius killed his master, and it is known to have like vast mines of cortosis.
Yeah. Russian Dolls is a good. I've never watched that show actually. Is that the one with what's her face from American Pie? I can't remember. Maybe Yoda's multifaceted. He has layers like an ogre.
Yes, like an ogre or an onion.
Get out my swamp.
It looked like Yoda.
Here's an idea. Let me know what you guys think about this. So on episode 3, where they're at the hole, and you see the witches and are doing the chants. You see in the corner, I think it's 2 cloaked, hooded figures, but you don't see their face, and they're kind of like their own thing, right? And so I almost wonder if behind the scenes, without us seeing it, it's maybe that's Plagueis and that's Chimere.
Which episode?
Isn't what was that?
Which episode?
3.
3 when they were doing the big witch,
they're doing the big witch thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you see 2 hooded figures kind of off to the side, but you don't see their face. And I don't believe they're witches. And isn't Plagueis' claim to fame that he created life from the Force? So I almost wonder if he was the one who helped the witches create this life to see if it would work, right?
I think he learned it from them.
See, that's what I don't know, because then I feel like that screws canon.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? Because it says that he was the one, that's his claim to fame in the book. That's his thing. He was the one who created life from the Force. So what if this was the first time or whatever, and he was the one who helped the witches do it? Because who are those 2 figured? Who's those 2 figures? In episode 3.
Keep in mind, though, that's Palpatine's story, not Plagueis's. Do you think Plagueis told him about every failed attempt before? Just saying.
The interesting thing that I picked up on, though, right, is when you look at that part where Sol is talking about how the witches use the Force to create life, right? It cuts to Chimere, and Chimere's kind of like, huh? Right? And the fact that he knows that, and we've seen Plagueis, we're kind of connecting some dots here. Does Plagueis already aware of this possibility? Does he learn about this possibility that is even possible, that is a thing from Chimere because of OSHA and May? These are the questions that we can dive into in season 2. People are losing their shit going oh, this lends no legitimacy to Anakin's story now. Well, actually, no, it kind of props it up a little bit more.
So can somebody clarify Anakin's story for me too? Because I've in my mind, it's 2 different things. In my mind, one of them, Palpatine manipulated the Force to create him, and in the other, the Force created him. What's the real story?
My interpretation is it was Palpatine and Plagueis.
So, because then I also heard that Palpatine Plagueis created life with the Force, and then the Force countered that by creating Anakin. I just don't know for sure what the real story is.
Because that's what the Plagueis book was, but that was legend. Not too long ago.
Well, isn't the whole thing with people thinking that Palpatine created Anakin come from a comic book that was misinterpreted?
Yeah, because you had the whole image of Shmi with the kind of stomach, and then Palpatine. Was it Palpatine or was it Plagueis? Kind of over her like this.
Palpatine, behind.
Palpatine.
Yeah, but the artist specifically said that was not meant to say that.
In that comic
I
book,
love you, man.
Yeah, in that comic book, the artist specifically said that
I
was not meant
created
to show that they created Anakin. That's not what was going on.
That can't be, because in the comic book, he's telling Anakin that he created him. That he's telling the story of how he created him.
Oh.
Unless that's a different book. But no, there's the story of he tells Anakin, that's why I created you, or something to that effect.
So it was Palpatine.
See, and that's the problem with canon. I mean, we are 6 dudes that should know this, and we've all got a different fucking idea of what it is.
But you're bang on. That is a fucking problem.
Yeah.
See, not even Disney knows what's canon right now.
No.
No, it's probably also helpful to leave it a little ambiguous too.
I think, to be honest,
who are these hooded people? Now that Gianni's pointed this out, it bugs the heck out of me because it looks like they're wearing black and everyone else is wearing purple.
See what I'm saying? I'm just
Jesse,
saying.
Are you able to like color correct this? Like, can you like take an image and tell me if something's black or purple?
Wait, what?
These hooded figures at the Ascension, I think they're wearing black, not purple, and they're on either side of the cavern or whatever that thing is, and they don't move. They're just hooded. You can't see their face, but it looks like they're wearing black when all the witches are wearing purple.
It's weird, right, Elvis?
It is very strange, and I can't believe I didn't notice this before.
Episode 3, what part? Or what time?
Start at 14:21. That's when they walk in.
I'm also pulling it up because I got to see it again.
Oh.
Oh, they did turn at 16:30.
Oh, you're saying the people with the long staff things?
They're on the side of Anastasia and I forget the Zabrak's name. Coral.
Oh, like at the very end of them walking in, or at the very back?
At the very front, the very back, there's 2 people with the bow and arrows, but at the very front, on either side of that whole thing.
Almost there. They're all bowing.
What timestamp you got?
Oh.
There it is. Yeah.
I mean,
that's black to me.
Well, it's black compared to their purple ones, yeah. But
who are those people?
But see, they have the same kind of hood as the people on the very front, and they were black too.
Oh, and they have the bow and arrow, so they're just like protection for this.
Yes, I believe
so. Okay.
George would know.
And they seem purple.
You know what? The bow and arrow people, they're wearing purple.
Okay, so these people are different.
Okay, everyone's walking down now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them anymore.
They don't have a bow and arrow at the very end, so
they don't. Look, right behind Coral, they're just sitting there, 2 of them, and Anastasia to the left.
Okay. 1722. There are 4 archers pointing at the door. They look like they're hooded and wearing black.
1722.
1717.
1717.
That's not purple, right?
No, I'm pretty sure it's black.
16.
But the hoods look different, don't they? I don't know.
No, they look. No, they look the same. They're super big hoods.
It's the same as the ones by the pole? Okay.
I think so. It's just they don't have arrow or bows.
Oh yeah, when she walks in, 1733.
Yeah.
It was the back of the hood. It's like straight up black.
Yo, Kilnaka's outer robe. You can see how like the fuzzies on it look comfy.
What did we all think of the?
Yeah, we just had a huge detour.
Oh yeah, we're good, man. We were good.
We're diving in.
We had to debunk it.
We're pulling for straws here.
What did we all think of the choreography with the saber fight with Kyber and Saul in this one?
The fighting's great.
Yeah, fighting's great. No complaints.
The Matrix moment.
Yeah, all the action is the same people who did the action in Rogue One, which was phenomenal. So the fighting's been fantastic. It's really just for me the pacing.
Yeah.
There was something really stupid that happened in the fight, and I want to point it out.
Why
did Quymir have his lightsaber between Saul's lightsaber and Saul and start pulling it towards him? Why didn't he just push it forward and cut his head off?
Because he's trying to get his lightsaber to touch the Cortosis.
Why?
To short it out.
His lightsaber was between Saul's lightsaber and Saul's face. He could have just pushed it forward and killed him.
That is a fair point, actually. To be fair, that is a fair point. But by doing that, he would cease control of Saul's blade. So, what's up, Cody?
Yo.
You're free, bro. If you're free, drop me a DM.
He's working.
Oh, is he working?
Probably. Oh no, he's probably at his event. He's doing a track thing.
The wire work, did it bother anyone? So I like that the wire work was there because it kind of ties back into the first episode. But I guess it kind of bothers me that we didn't get the wire work the whole time. Like maybe one other time in the series. It just felt a little strange. Just like throwing in this one slow-mo type shot of them going down the from that bridge thing down on the ground. It didn't.
I love that, man.
The first episode fight, right? Or did it? Yeah, I think it did actually. Because when it came to Carrie-Anne Moss, she wasn't fighting with another lightsaber.
No.
Yeah, it was cool, but yeah.
I mean, it was for me. It was just total Matrix kind of crouching tiger, hidden dragon vibe, which was, I love that aspect of things. Louise says that the crystal turning red. Right, the bleeding of the crystal has caused problems for certain people. Me personally,
love drunk Carter complaining about this.
I haven't. Yes, I did too. Right, I haven't got a problem with it. People are like making it out to this whole ritual thing, and it's like, yeah, okay, I can see where you're going for that, and maybe it wasn't depicted in that dramatic fashion, but the bottom line is she was still obviously pouring negative emotions into that crystal at that point. She just massively reconnected with the Force. It makes complete sense.
I thought it was a really cool scene, but then it also makes me wonder, why didn't Anakin's...
Exactly, I was about to say the same thing.
Because he wasn't touching his crystal. She was touching that crystal. It was coming out the side of the...
It was broken out of the hilt.
It's you smart guys learning me.
Well...
That's why when they threw the hilt, you hear the glass sound,
yeah.
and it was like dislodged out of the hilt. And then
right.
when she was holding it, it was touching the inside of her hand.
Yeah.
I don't like that the lightsabers don't have emitters. It's just the crystal sticking there. That's weird.
Yeah. How did the crystal get realigned though? If it was broken,
that's my problem. That exactly is my problem.
Issue, yeah.
She, unlike Sam, she knows how to program Profi, and.
Right now, I don't. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, I've got Profi questions coming in. I'm like, I don't know. Go watch the video that I made 3 years ago when I knew. The blades, like the blade going blue and then turning red.
I like that.
Like, because when we seen the crystal didn't all turn red. It was still that kind of bluey red kind of. It wasn't obviously purple, but it was like shards of red and blue.
Mm-hmm.
And when she's kind of sitting there and she's kind of calming down a little bit, and then Kymir touches her and she just fucking goes ape shit. And it's blue, and then all the rage turns it red, and it stays red.
Yeah, that was a cool scene. I liked that.
It was a cool scene. It was cool visually. But
so, what do you think about though when Vader bled his crystal in the comics? It wasn't that easy. It was difficult for him. And I felt like this was super easy for OSHA.
Vader was still struggling, the whole time. The whole time he was Vader, he was struggling with the good.
When
Yeah.
Dagon did it in Jedi Survivor, it seemed pretty easy for him too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Super
that's
easy.
what I'm saying. It isn't this whole massive ritual that people are kind of, talking about. It's just a case of, you're feeling that much anger and hate and resentment, and you're pouring it. In her case, physically. In Dagon's case, through the Force.
This is also, I hate to keep using this line like a fucking broken record, but this is also the only canon crystal bleed scene.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how it works now. So I mean,
Well, Survivor's
live
canon.
That's
live
part-
action, yeah. Live action it is, yeah.
So technically, this is the second on-screen bleeding,
What's the other one?
the Dagon Gera, because that technically counts.
Yeah, that's canon.
Really?
Yeah, no, Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor, they're all canon.
Interesting.
And Vader Immortal and what else?
Vader Immortal's so sick.
Yeah, but this is the thing, right? Is the when it's just from the comics. They've been decanonized for forever now. Cody,
Oh yeah, dude.
thank you, man. I love you, bro. New type says with the super chat, everyone. Thank you so much, bro. Yeah, the Vader one, like that's been decanonized for God knows how long. And this is the thing we were talking about earlier on, was the fact that we're a bunch of guys who love Star Wars, and we all have different understandings of certain things that take place.
Yep.
We don't know really what is and what isn't. And I think, and the thing is with that, it really is a case of, well, they need to tell us what's canon because they're the ones that are making the shows, they're making the content, right? So it's the difficult one.
I'm kind of blown
fact
away.
that
I never would
they
have.
pick and choose what's canon. They'll take stuff from the comics or old Legends books and oh, this is canon now, and then they'll just take stuff from new books and be like, nah, fuck it, that's not canon anymore. It's kind of frustrating.
It's frustrating, but it's also a beautiful thing as well, to where there is that much kind of reference material that isn't quote unquote canon, but it's universally accepted. If that makes sense.
So this secret place that they end up in Survivor, what's it called? Anyone remember?
No.
Oh, the place that Dagon
Narnia.
lost his shit about because the Jedi were going to abandon it.
Yeah, Jedi Narnia.
Jedi
So-
Narnia, yeah.
They have this Jedi Narnia that no one knows about that they can restart up the Jedi Order or whatever. Is kind of like what they're talking about right at the end of the game. What happened to that? What?
Didn't they decide
Exactly.
not to do anything with it at the end of it?
I don't know. I thought
It's
they
been
were
a
gonna
while
live
since I
there or
played. I
something.
don't remember. But I do remember that Cal, after getting the holocron, decided, no, I'm not going to try to restart the Jedi Order here.
That's right. They're gonna do something there. Aren't they just gonna hide there or something? I forget.
That's an interesting one. Corrupting and bleeding.
I'm pretty sure the Ahsoka, her crystals are purified, aren't they?
They're
Yes.
purified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
They
reverse-
went from red to white.
Right. Yeah.
Which is the clear is the natural state of the crystal.
Right.
And see, and this is the stuff as well, the terminologies. I thought the whole thing was that whole 5 minutes was awesome. Like seeing all of that visually and getting that was, for me, that was the holy shit moment of the show. Really.
I had two.
That and Plagueis, really.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know.
I thought it was like Grievous for a second because it looked an awful lot like him.
Didn't hear the call. You didn't hear the call. Oh.
I was surprised OSHA killed Soul. I didn't see that coming. might seem obvious now, but I really didn't think that he was just going to die like that by her hand.
It
They
was.
say
It
at
was.
the very beginning of the episode, don't they?
They said May was going to kill him.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that's the thing as well. It's like she's seen herself killing Soul. It wasn't me. It was her. But it was her
They're the
from.
same person, right?
It was her from May's point of view. But obviously from May's point of view, where May was standing.
Because they're the same person.
Exactly.
She had a vision of herself killing Soul. I didn't realize that.
It was beautifully poetic. I thought. You know, tragic but fucking poetic. I thought it was great.
Emotionless as she was killing him.
Yeah.
Even though she's supposed to be completely angry, she just looks like she did 98% of the rest of the show.
She was. I don't know. I thought she was like going fucking psychotic. I mean, I thought she kind of looked psychotic. So stop talking. Stop talking.
I don't know if y'all saw me pound that 24-ounce beer, but I'm a little drunk right now, so.
Yeah. We seen you pound it, man. She's like, dude. The Plagueis appearance. How much or how big is that? Do you think that could be going forward, or is this just something to? I don't know. Was the cameo just designed to try and maybe get people on side, or what was it? You know, do they have an actual plan for Plagueis within this, or is this?
I think that
case
Star
of
Wars
just-
fans that know who Plagueis is, it's probably a cool scene. But for people that don't really know Star Wars, they're just going to be even more confused. Because they're like, well, who's this random dude just hanging out in the shadows being a creeper?
That's up to them to go and research it, bro.
I just wish they would have
I'll
been
find out right away.
clear and made him more of a part of this season. Personally,
I wonder if maybe. So the Kylo Ren theme.
yeah, which they played
Yes.
times.
So going back to that theory I was mentioning, like maybe he was just there to check in on the goods of Osha and this life creation thing from this virgin's, trying to learn from it, and then finds Chimera and like trying to do whatever, and maybe they don't even know each other.
Yeah,
Like maybe
it's not a Sith, and Plagueis is the Sith.
that yeah.
Yeah, because Quimir never actually calls himself a Sith.
Yeah.
He says,
You'd call him-
the Jedi might call
a
me
Sith,
one.
yeah.
But then it wouldn't make sense as to why. Or could this perhaps be the point where Plagueis kind of makes unknown planet, aka Baldemnik, his place, right?
Does
Could
Quimir
that-
ever reference having a master?
He doesn't directly, but he says that he wants an acolyte, which means he's an apprentice.
It doesn't have to mean that.
Or maybe he just wants someone to teach.
Yeah, I was gonna
Maybe
say he
he's
doesn't
just
have to be a Sith at
Maybe
all.
he's just pissed off at Venestra and he's like, well,
He said he was
I
a
want to
Sith.
teach somebody and do it my way and not beat the shit out of them.
What
He
is
said he wanted the
interesting,
power
though,
of two.
is when you look at the words Chimera used after she like heard Soul say, "Yeah, I killed your mom." He was like, "Yes, I can feel your hate. Strike
They
me
quoted
down." He's using the
trilogies
same
a lot
language.
in this episode.
And if you think about like, so if Plagueis is a master of him, like maybe Plagueis got this line from someone and that person got this line from somewhere, and it follows the line, even though Plagueis had two, apprentices or whatever.
Right.
But it would make sense to tie back to the Emperor that way. So
Sure, yeah.
And then Venestra quoted Obi-Wan too.
Yes.
So, how did I not know who Venestra is in real life? Do you guys know who that is?
she's the star.
I found out today.
Yeah, she's the wife of Leslie.
Yeah.
Knope.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I knew that from the beginning, I think.
She had a lot of screen time in the promo things. I was surprised at that because she seemed to have gotten just as much screen time as the other characters.
I mean, Carrie, she's huge on the poster. Obviously, she's a big actress, but the main poster for Acolyte, she's huge on it, and she was
Barely in it.
barely in 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite a good point, actually, from Ace there. What if you're just window shopping for apprentices?
Why?
What I've been told, and I can say this much is what I've been told is that Plagueis is the master, but he kind of fucked off for a little while. That's kind of the state of play just now, as it's understood officially. Whether they change it or not, because no one knows right now. They haven't actually said anything, right? So whether they do take a line from the book and have him quote unquote window shopping for apprentices, or if they do actually have him as Chimeo's apprentice, it's up to them, obviously, to then decide that. But my understanding is that he is the master, Chimera is the apprentice. He kind of disappeared for a bit, came back and finds out that Chimera has an acolyte, and he's pissed because it's obviously the start of Chimera planning for his downfall. For him to be the master and then for Osha to be the apprentice.
He's pissed, but he's proud too. He's a little proud.
Yeah, pissed off but proud. Yeah, that's how the Sith work, man. I'm so proud of you, but I'm fucking pissed.
He could also be young Plagueis looking to join the dark side, and I would really hate that.
I don't think so. Well,
Osha's his master, actually.
Yo, Elvis.
Stop in your tracks.
You shut your mouth, Elvis.
You're on to something.
Yeah, you're onto something that's really shitty. God, they're gonna make it.
They're watching. They're watching it.
Put it on the show.
I hope that's not the case. Really.
Well, so Leslie was asked about Plagueis, and she said how to use him is messy, but it can still leads into the prequels or something like that. I forget her quote. But
she
it
alluded
didn't
to it very well, from what I remember from the interview.
It gave me more of an impression that Plagueis and Chimera are 2 different factions. Like, I didn't, based off her comment, I didn't feel as if they were.
Well, didn't she also say there's a reason why they played the Kylo Ren theme?
Yeah, and see,
and we
that's
were gonna find out, which we obviously didn't.
Well, she said I can't explain it this time. She didn't say we're gonna find out. So it could be you find out in season 2 when we kick him off the team and he turns into the first Ren or something like that.
Yeah, sorry, Quimio, you've been traded to the Wrens.
That's what she said. She said, if I'm allowed to continue this story or something close to that, it's messy, but yeah, there is a clear direction to episode 1 or something like that. But the way that she phrased it was like, are they going to continue the show without her on purpose just because of all the hate?
They should let Ryan Johnson do the next series.
No.
It'll be worse.
And then bring her back for season 3.
There you go. J.J. Abrams and have him wrap it all up.
Contrary to some beliefs, Leslie Headland is a massive Star Wars fan, and she according to others that I've spoken to, she does know her shit. But it's just, here's the thing, not everyone's always going to agree on Star Wars. It is the most, let's be honest, toxic fucking community on the planet.
Facts.
Let's
talk about Dalen's comment here for a second. So Venestra has to be like what, 130 or something like that. I forget her age.
About at least, yeah.
And she was the youngest Jedi ever to make Knight.
15. 15 years old.
She has visions during hyperspace and the Force. Like, if anyone can do Force Echo, it's definitely her. She has that ability. And then she could sense Chimera immediately Where I think all she said was "you."
I love how he shit his pants and straight away went.
But so she
And
says
didn't she
to
say something
Soul-
like he was supposed to be dead?
Yeah, I think she said you're still alive.
Yeah, like Elvis
Yeah.
was saying, it's like you're alive.
So how? Because Kymir seems to be like human, right?
Well, he's pretty old though too, because he's he trained.
That's what I'm saying. Because
Yeah,
Venestra said to Soul, "I remember when you were a Padawan, right?" So she's been training forever. And Kymir says, like I said, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So is he some species that we don't understand? Or
Well,
was he one of them hyperbaric chamber things like, what's his face from Jedi Survivor?
Dagan Gera.
Dagan Gera. The Dagan Gera? How do you say it?
Dag.
I say
Dagan
Dagan because
Gera.
it's my accent. but-
Dagan.
He says his name is Dagan Gera.
Okay, Dagan.
My name is Dagan Gera.
He hangs out in the
Yeah, shit.
hyperbolic time chamber.
So I'm
What-
curious
what-
about that story. Like,
What if it's Plagueis has kept him alive? Because Plagueis has the ability to save people from death, right?
oh my god,
The tragedy of death plagues the
This-
light.
this
Does
leans
he
towards
actually have
Kymir
that,
being
or
the
was that
master.
just Palpatine just lying to Anakin?
No, he's not. He's
Just-
not. He's not. He can't be the master because if he was the master, he would already have an apprentice. He's looking for an apprentice. He's looking for an acolyte. He is the apprentice. Plagueis is the master. My thoughts on this are: he pissed Venestra off, right? Got fucking punished. Hence the whip marks on his fucking back. She
Yeah, no.
left him for fucking dead.
Yeah.
Plagueis came across him, saved him. He's the apprentice. That's
I'm
what I
with
think
you.
has happened.
I'm with you, but Plagueis was obsessed with eternal life, and then Palpatine was obsessed with it. What if Kymir has figured out how to stay young, and Plagueis is learning it from him?
yeah, that could happen.
I hate that, but
More if
what
they
if?
into the second season, I'd be willing to find out that when she hit him with that light whip, it was because he wanted to leave the order as a full trained knight, and they don't let you do that. She was basically going to.
Maybe that's why she looked at him like that. Maybe he's got like 5 things down there. And his hands
Yeah.
fit like a glove.
Talented.
She kept looking too.
Oh yeah, man. She was. What?
When they held hands in the
I-
last second of the show, did anyone think, man, these two are gonna bone like in 1 minute, like right now?
They're going to fuck.
I guarantee you, right? We will know if there's a second season coming by the end of August.
Really?
Yep.
We know what?
2028.
Guaranteed.
know
By
where
the
that
end of
180
August, I
number was.
guarantee you, we will know if it's happening or not. And right now, and it's funny, right? Because Elvis texted me earlier on. I was at work and I fucking burst out laughing and I scared an old lady. He was like, I kind of want a season 2 now with the face plant emoji, right? And I fucking burst out laughing. So many more people after episode 8 are like, I kind of want to see a season 2 now.
I do.
Tim's one. He's one as well. Elvis is one. I think after episode 7, I was like, yeah, they really need to do something in episode 8 for me to really want a second season here. And for me, yeah, I'm kind of in that camp as well. Let's talk about high points and low points of the series, right? I'm going to go around everyone. I want to know what your favorite part of the series was and what your least favorite part of the series was. All right. And no one's going to start losing their shit in the chat about and arguing about shit because I will kick you out. It's not what we're about here. But I'm really intrigued to see, now we have the whole project, I'm really actually intrigued to see who says what about what. So we all down for that?
Yeah,
Sure.
Cool. We'll start with Tim.
The high points, obviously, the lightsaber fighting, the cortosis, and seeing that being used, because I had no idea what the hell that was. I had to look it up afterwards. That and the crouching tiger, hidden Jedi shit, high points for me. The low points were just like contrived cliffhangers. You know, they were making cliffhangers just by stopping the story. You know, that's not a cliffhanger. That's just lazy storytelling, and just overall not a good story. I felt like.
Yeah, the Rashomon part of this, I don't know if that hit. Seemed like a mess.
Yeah.
Over to you, Matt. Boy.
I guess the high points for me would be Quymere and Saul's acting, because they really carried the show for me.
Mhm.
And they were really the only reasons I kept watching it.
Mhm.
And the low point for me would pretty much be almost everything else except for the visuals and the combat scenes, because the story just, it was too out there. They kept leaving everything on cliffhangers, and a lot of stuff they didn't even explain or take the time to answer, and that kind of annoyed me. And other than Quymere and Saul's acting, everyone else was just kind of bland.
Off the back of that, though, right? A question off the back of that, and this is open to everyone. All the questions that we had going into episode 8 from the previous 7 episodes, were they answered?
Not a lot.
You know,
Like, well, a lot of it was, we're just like, well, how are they going to end the story? And the way they ended the story wasn't very fulfilling for me.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't an ending; it was a cliffhanger. Again.
Yeah. I mean, if we knew for sure that there would be a second season, I'd be like, okay, makes sense. It'll be a cliffhanger. But since we're quote unquote not sure, it's just like, well, I'm just going to keep wondering about this forever now.
Right.
And Stargate Universe did that to me like 15 years ago, and I'm still pissed off about it.
I mean, that's a good point. If we get no more Acolyte, the whole Plagueis thing and all that, it's just going to be irritating.
right? Gianni?
Oh, brother. Yeah.
No pressure, bro.
A lot of ups, a lot of downs. I would say, episode 1, 2, I was like, all right, cool. 3, I was actually not too upset about when I first initially watched it, so I was good with that. 4 was all right. 5 was like, yo, all right. And I felt like we were, I don't know, like a roller coaster, right? Like just shooting up. The momentum was carrying. I was like, okay, well, if they keep this momentum, at least, we've still got, it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 episodes of just bangers. And that didn't happen, right? So then we go into 6, it's like, it wasn't a terrible episode. It was short, and it had a lot of like good little Easter eggs, but it kind of just left you on a cliffhanger, with the helmet and all of that. And then you go into episode 7, which I just felt like was just a waste of time. Yes, you did get some scenes that you didn't get in episode 3, but what they should have done was wrap episode 3 and 7 together somehow, and then had 7 be a full buildup into 8, which would have been like something crazy, which they didn't do. So I just kind of felt like you had some high points, but you had so much, like, I don't know, there's so many, what am I trying to say? Like, a lot of lackluster. Like, it was just lackluster. Like, I just kind of was like, would
have hit differently. Would have hit differently for you if they'd switched 6 and 7's places. So if they'd done 7 as 6 and then done 6 as 7 with the build up to 8.
Maybe, but I don't think 7 was needed at all. I think it was a waste of an episode. Like, I think they could have gave us that woven in episode 3. Just get it out of the way, because honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, in my opinion, like Soul, okay, killed Mother Anastasia, but she was turning into dust. She looked evil. He had to make a split-second decision. I would have killed her too.
Yeah, you don't get to make evil-looking gestures and then say, "Oh, I was trying to save her." Yeah, you ruined that already.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't go and be like, "Oh, I was gonna let her go." It's too late. You should have led with that. So, like, if I was in Soul's position, she would have been dead also, right? So, like, in my eyes, now I'm not a perfect human or anything like that, but it was just pointless. Like, I don't see how this was like, oh, like the biggest secret, and this was crazy. I was like, you did what you were supposed to do in my eyes. So I don't know. I just felt like it was anticlimactic. And then you get to 8, and there was a pretty badass fight scene, but it was short and it was towards the beginning of the episode. And then, okay, cool, you get the bleeding of the Kyber crystal and all of that. But it just ended in this whole like ambiguous kind of thing that I like, the Plagueis drop. Yes. But I felt like maybe there should have been a bigger, like greater ending with maybe like Chimera and Plagueis, like, I don't know, on a throne, and maybe Osha's walking into this thing and then it ends, or something like kind of grand and epic where you're like, yo, like something's about to go down. They're just holding hands like at the beach. Like what are we talking about?
They're on a date.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I would watch it again. I don't hate the series. I do not hate the series. I'm actually planning on watching it again, not in chunks, kind of all the way through. Yeah. As a complete project to see how I feel about it then. I think it's a really good show for the casual fan. But then once you get into like people like us for a little bit more or deeper, that's where, the fine details for me, it kind of falls apart. But I don't hate it. I just
Jesse gets like that.
I was just gonna say. I was gonna say on what you were saying about casual fans. A lot of my friends that are super casual, they love it. So yeah, they have like they don't have anything bad to say. They're all like super bad.
Right, and so if you're catering to that, this is the wrong fandom to be making shows for casual fans. Like, we are not those people. How long have we been following Star Wars, reading the books, the comic books, all the different things? See, that's the issue. And I know I'm going on a little bit of rant. You disagree?
Well, yeah, because the real fans are already paying. They're trying to get more people. Well, they have to aim at
casual fans.
There's a way you could blend it.
Too. Yeah. Right. That's how you get more fans.
There's got to be a way to blend it, because here's my issue is that there's been so many gaps of Star Wars, right? Like, you go from the original trilogy, then to the prequels. There's like 10 plus years of a gap between those two. And then you go from, the prequels to the sequels. There's another 10 years. What's holding Star Wars together mainly in between those gaps? It's books, it's novels, right? So many of us kept Star Wars alive through this literature. That's what kept us going. So these books became our Star Wars. And I understand, like, I'm not tied to these things being canon, but like, if you want to keep the fan base that you already have and acquire new fans, then what, in my opinion, what you do is that you stick to the books and make it really dope so that us fanatics can go and be like, yo, this is the best thing ever. Come and watch this with me, right? Like, when you hear a new song or whatever, you see a movie, you're like, yo, this is crazy. And you tell everybody because it's so good. Like, it's just, I just feel like that's where they're missing. Like, you could definitely blend the two, in my opinion. Like, you can get the casual fan and you can get, us. And they didn't do that. They didn't do that. So I don't know. I'm sorry, that was a long explanation. But
no, but
did that well.
But a really apt one though, because you're right. There is that much literature, right, in terms of books and comics and whatnot. Like, and I think that's part of the problem. Star Wars has been around for a long time, a long time. And there was a long time we didn't have any media except books, right? And I think that is part of the problem. And this Disney created that by decanonizing this and bringing that in, and then straight away eating it. Yeah, of course they have. They are giving themselves problems within their own fan bases. you know. But at the same time, it kind of sucks to say. We just need to accept it. You know, I'm happy we're getting Star Wars. You know.
Yeah.
Right. And I think too, like if like I'm not tied, my heart's not fully tied to these books being canon, but I think at the same time, like you didn't write something dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the story was half-assed in my opinion. So it'd be one thing like, okay, this is totally like not tied to canon. It's totally different, but it was epic. We didn't get that, you know? And I guess that's my thing. It was like, okay, well, the story wasn't broke and you tried to do your own thing and it just fell flat.
But here's a question on the other side of it is, have we ever gotten that from Disney? Really?
When you were saying the whole time, I was like, well, I don't know if Obi-Wan was really that great, or like,
No.
I really enjoyed Obi-Wan, but there was
I did too.
when we were doing the after shows for
I will
Obi-Wan.
die on my Andor mountain. That it's the best Star Wars that has come out. It's the best Star Wars television. It's the only Star Wars series that I watch every single episode from start to finish.
Dude, Andor was dope.
I really liked Andor.
Andor was awesome. The writing was fantastic. The writing was dope. It was slow, but it was good. It felt like a movie. It felt epic.
One Way Out.
One Way Out.
4 movies. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for season 2 of that.
Absolutely.
I think what helps Andor too is that we know the ending. Like we know about Rogue One. So we're like, okay, it's slow, but like we know how this is going. And the visuals and the audio, just so grand.
And the writing was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
They nailed it, everything in that, in my opinion.
I just wish there was lightsabers.
I mean, we kind of got that lightsaber ship. Luthen's ship kind of turned into a lightsaber.
That's true.
Dude, his soliloquy at the end
of
the show, talking about why he's doing what he's doing,
what he
gives me chills every time.
Yep.
Elvis, your thoughts, please, sir. Highs and lows, pros and cons.
The OSHA and May, Anastasia, the whole everyone part of that was the miss for me. But I mean, we also don't know stuff. Like the black smoke thing.
The power of man.
I mean, like if OSHA's going to use this black smoke thing in season 2 and it's going to turn into something cool, great. But to just give us this black smoke thing, and not really ever explain anything about it, I didn't care for that. I would have liked to have known more. I like to know that it was the split-second decision thing, and like Soul had to do it, and because he did that, it's the only reason OSHA's turning to the dark side, right? Like all of these events would not have happened had, he not intervened. So for that, the only way that you can get someone like OSHA to pull a Rey where all of a sudden she's like a master at her craft immediately, is to use that much hate and that much emotion and whatever. And I think they actually nailed that part of the story. As far as OSHA turning to the dark side, I believe that's the only part of the whole Ocean May thing that I'm like, okay, yeah, I could see her turning to the dark side. I believe this. But everything else just seemed like noise now, because like her turning to the dark side makes sense, but the rest of it, I could had we just introduced her as the Acolyte dark side character, I would have enjoyed that show more versus figuring out how to turn to the dark side.
I don't need all this backstory.
But there were a lot of pros for me. Soul's acting, I really had a problem with at first because of his accent. And everyone was like, he learned English for the show. That's awesome. And I'm like, yeah, but he sounds like shit. And that was a trip up for me. And so I just stopped paying attention to how he said stuff, and I just looked at how he said stuff.
Well, would you
And
have
he-
a problem if it was Jackie Chan? Because he talks like that too.
Yeah, I mean, I never rated a Jackie Chan movie, but
Rush Hour, come on, bro.
So once I got past that, you realize how amazing of an actor he really is. So like once you start paying attention to how he delivers his lines and his facial expressions and stuff like that, you realize, oh, this is a major player actor. Like he can act his ass off. And Manny, Chimere, really enjoyed almost any time he was talking. Except for when he was talking to May on the planet with Kelnaka, and he's like, well, your master will kill you or whatever. Like that was kind of but every other piece of dialogue we got from him since knowing he was the stranger was like, holy hell, this guy's cool.
Yeah.
So that was probably the high, and you know, we were promised a show from the bad guy's point of view, right? I don't know if we got that, but seeing Chimere do the way things he did, I found very intriguing. So I'd like to expound on that more. But
Yeah, he wasn't evil necessarily,
mhm.
and I liked that.
He seems quite compassionate.
Yeah.
For a Sith.
Well, compassion is one of their, one of their things, isn't it? Or no, it's passion. Sorry.
But yeah, otherwise, I was okay with all the sets and stuff. I know people are like, where'd this 180 million go? But I enjoyed all the sets. I thought everything looked pretty decent. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else. The whole canon breaking stuff or whatever, I was okay with all of that too. Honestly, it seems like maybe we've gotten into this world where influencers might have too big a voice, because you have 10 influencers saying this is shit, and now everyone's like, is it? Oh, okay, maybe it is. Maybe I'm not thinking about it right. And I feel like
That's an interesting theory.
but that tone from the
That's how
get-go,
I felt the whole time watching this with you guys.
was everyone was hating it?
Yeah, because
Me too, absolutely. And there were things that I
my
dislike, but
me and my roommate were just like watching it, and then afterwards we're like, damn, that's pretty dope. And then we get on, everybody was like, fuck this show. And I was like, God damn, I don't get that out of it.
and every time I got heated, it was because I was frustrated they didn't explain something. I wasn't saying I hated the show. It's just like, why? Tell me why. Like, give me that. So, yeah, I don't know. I still would probably say this is maybe my least ranked,
Sure.
but I don't think it's bad.
I'm right there with you, dude.
Jesse, what's your highs and lows? Favorite part, least favorite part, pros, cons?
Man, I don't have a huge explanation like everybody else. I'll be simple. The lightsaber fighting was sick
Yep.
the entire time, or just I guess all of the fighting in general, right? But I thought it was cool. I liked how the lightsabers looked. I know that was kind of a thing that a lot of people didn't like, how they're kind of not overexposed. Like when they're moving, they don't really have the white cores. It just seems more realistic to me. The sparking on the sabers I thought was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was cool.
There were sparks bouncing off of Chimere's helmet too, weren't there?
Well, it was going on to like his helmet, or was it like bouncing off?
I thought
Yeah.
maybe it was hitting it and bouncing it off, but maybe I saw it wrong. But I thought that was super cool.
It could be the Cortosis doing so. What is that? What it's called? Cortosis. Yeah, it could be that, like reflecting or something. I liked
The nudity.
Cole loved the nudity, man.
I
That was the
like
best part.
Because the powers of boners is stronger.
the space, not really battle, but that thing at the last episode when they were like going through the
meteors?
or the meteor. Like
I
that.
really liked
Yeah.
that. I just didn't understand why May's ship lost control.
Well, yeah, and then why the fuck did Beaver?
Basil.
Yeah,
Yeah, what was he doing?
I don't know why.
Why did he sense that? I didn't get any of
No,
that.
I don't know. That I was confused about. But it was a cool shot. Like even he did that, and then when they started going out of control, I was like, well, it looks sick. What else did I really like? Let's see.
Maybe what Basil did disabled both their ships because that was a escape ship from the main ship. You know, like the Ghost and the.
But why would it be connected to the main ship?
Why would he be like, hey, let's sabotage our ship right now? Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, whose side are you on?
yeah,
Basil was annoying, but that's super Star Wars though to like introduce an annoying character like that though.
yeah.
Evening
what
Hunter.
Better than Jar Jar.
else? No, Jar Jar.
I'm okay with Jar Jar.
Lisa Jar Jar Binks.
I prefer Jar Jar over Basil.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Overall, I enjoyed the series. There are things that I would have done differently. There are things I would like to have seen done differently in terms of the main problem I had with this show was episode 7. The length of time we lost, in my opinion, to a story that we've already seen one half of. I don't think we needed that much time
I agree.
to really go into that much depth just for a different point of view. We know what happened to an extent. You know, was the whole point of that to show Saul killing Mother Anastasia?
Yeah,
You know,
yes, I think
don't
that.
get me wrong. There were some dope parts. I mean, like watching Kilnaka go fucking tits was great. You know, Torben can spin a saber. Hell yeah. The Torben thing as well. Him,
I'm still confused on why he killed himself.
I mean, kind of get it, but I don't think it was like
I don't get it either.
enough. I don't think it was enough for him to do that.
No.
Unless he's got like, some mental health, right? Maybe they're trying to push that. I don't know.
Well,
Is that a thing?
well, he's also the reason everyone died because he's like,
'cause he ran off.
I got proof. Well, I'm gonna go get it.
Yeah, but he was
And they're
also
Oh, I remember
brainwashed.
Coruscant.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
but he was really homesick.
he would have been strong enough to,
Yeah.
hold it back a second time.
Yeah, but then when they got to the freaking elevators, like, oh, this is broken, we can't get in. And then Saul's like, I know a way in, follow me. So then from there on out, it was Saul's fault.
But
Yeah, I agree.
But at
I
that
agree.
point, he was worried for their safety. He's like, "We need to get them." Soul changed his mind at this point. He was like, "Yeah, you're right. We
Yeah.
need to get them."
I think 7 for me was the down point. The girls got a little bit annoying, but I can see now that the project is finished why they were portrayed in certain ways, why they done what they did, why they spoke how they did.
That's a big thing that I'm sure we all don't like is how May is just so like one second she's one to like
Yeah, she's really bipolar through the whole series.
yeah.
Also,
I don't know what she wants. Even at the very end, like she's so
Samuel, fellas, Jeremy, how you doing, bro?
who raised May? Interesting
Right?
thought.
yeah.
Maybe that's why she's so wish-washy, and she's just
Yeah, you don't know.
gonna.
Yeah, because she went to that tree and she said she just waited. You know,
You
Well,
know,
that's
speaking
like
of,
her like turning on Quagmire or whatever.
I'll see you in Hell, Jedi.
Well, no, like remember when he like flipped, he like got tied in the tree, and then she's like, "I'm gonna go turn myself in."
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
she
yeah.
didn't do
This-
that.
the stem
Then
of her
started fighting
hatred, the stem of her anger was that she thought that Osha was dead. Then she finds out that Osha's alive.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
a lot of the basis for that anger then starts to kind of slowly dissipate. Right?
May turned into a writer's plot tool to get Osha to the dark side.
Yeah, but she's like, I'm gonna go turn myself in, and then as soon as she meets a Jedi, she starts fighting.
Yeah.
Hey, so I got to run. My wife just got back with tacos, and I love y'all.
Ooh,
I like
tacos.
tacos better. Thank you for
Good seeing
having
you, Tim.
Hey, dude.
Enjoy, bro. You take care, man. See you soon.
There's this.
You know, Sam, thinking back to episode 7, there is something that I disliked about this show. The song. The song feels very un-Star
Unnatural.
Wars to me.
Yeah.
And I want to
I
discuss
haven't
this for a
even
second.
listened to it.
Am I wrong? And is this like the Star Wars is becoming something different? Like we need a pop song now? Like maybe that's the case.
No, because Book of Boba, perfect example. Given it wasn't pop music, but it was even Mandalorian in general. Like they changed how they did music. Like it's not just orchestra anymore. And
Yeah.
but it was a sick change. Like
Yeah, Fallen Order did the same thing when they're using the Who with the Mongolian throat singing.
yeah,
But that song is an absolute banger. So
like yeah, Boba Fett's theme, super dope. See, I mean, but maybe them going to like a pop song is a little extreme. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, and the placement of the song made zero sense to me. Like after episode 7, now we're gonna play the pop song. It was weird.
Well, did you listen to the song though?
I haven't.
I've
That's the
listened
thing.
to it,
Okay, so I agree. I don't think putting it at the end of the show was a good move. I didn't feel like that was very Star Wars. But I might be alone. I thought the song, like in and of itself, was kind of fire.
but it's in the credits though, right?
Yeah, it's in the credits.
I don't think it's put then if it's in the credits.
I never listened to it. As soon as the credits rolled, I always turned it off. So
Yeah,
But it's on like Apple Music or whatever. Listen to the words. There's actually a lot that they're talking about in the song that actually ties right to that specific episode.
right.
So it makes sense in terms of if you listen to the content of the song and then you just watch the episode, you're like, okay, I get it.
Okay.
I just don't know if I would have put it in the credits.
And the power too, I always thought was meaning something about Osha and May, but it really doesn't. It's just about two can do more than one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it
Because
is.
when she's teaching, behold, the power of one, and she does her thing. The power of two, and now two people do it. Has nothing to do with like May and Osha being the same person, right? I don't know. I'm so
I don't think
confused on
so.
that.
I think that's just something that they did for the ritual when they did it for everyone else.
Yeah.
Mm.
Where'd you go, Sam?
Samuel.
He's listening to the words of the song.
He's jamming. He's like,
Jamming.
I don't know. I am excited though to rewatch it straight through, not in
Yeah.
pieces.
Jeremy, you
See
like
that
my
close.
finger, bro?
What's up?
Let's see it up close.
Ooh. Let's go.
There's the girl, man.
Wear that tomorrow. So I can see it in person.
What's tomorrow?
Oh, he's coming over. We're gonna hang out,
No.
film some content.
I was watching Glastonbury fucking festival on the BBC a few weeks ago, and Louise was like, send Jesse a photo of Dua Lipa performing, and I was like, hey, apparently this is your girl. I was like, fuck yeah, it is. Oh shit. Guys, I think it's about time to do this giveaway. I'm about half hour late on it.
Oh, let's do it.
Oh,
Late unsubscribed.
late unsubscribed, yeah. But
If I don't win, it's rigged.
Same. If we can't both win and split it, it's rigged.
How many of your family
I don't
members
want
are
it,
entered in this contest, Sam?
huh?
Damn.
How many of your family members are entered in this
Hey,
contest?
what's up, John?
0 this one.
John.
What's up, John?
Oh my goodness. What's up, Johnny boy?
Got the whole gang in here. We got Jeremy, Tim,
Tim's in, John's in, Paul's
me
here.
now.
Darwin's
Missed
going
it.
strong at fucking 1:30 on a Thursday on a Friday morning. So yeah, so it's giveaway time, guys. Courtesy of our friends at Saber Theory, giving away
Nice
one of
saber.
these. So it will not be this exact saber. You'll be given a code to use on Saber Theory's site for this saber and this saber only. It will not work on any other hilt. So the winner will receive that, and the sooner that you do it, the better. They come in round about a week. So yeah, I love this one. I'm not gonna lie. I know it's a Nexus, right? But it's really, really nice.
That's a really nice looking help.
It is really nice for Nexus. They've really set their game up. I know people have their feelings about the budget stuff, but it's a staple of this channel. Removable chassis and stuff too. I hate the gold, but so the winner will get one of these with a full complement of accessories, free shipping, blades, everything you need. So let's do it. And this, by the way, is only made possible tonight by Elvis, because he found a way to do this after my original list was deleted.
Elvis is a real MVP.
He is a real MVP. Right, so I need to, what do I need to do? Share. I need to share a screen. Here we go. So, Elvis found this website, which pulls in comments. Thank God.
Number of minimum mention.
Delete. So yeah, I asked people to mention to tag people, 3 people in their comment, 3 friends. So that's what that means. It's I've done a little experiment with it. So number minimum of mention 3. So that's who they've tagged or whatever.
Oh,
There's only one winner.
Oh, minimum mentions when you add someone. I got you. Got it.
There'll be one winner.
If you've tested this, that means you already pulled a winner. Now you're just like pulling a fake winner.
No, I tested it with a previous post. I'm not that stupid.
Oh, nice, smart.
See, I never do a fucking. Although I like this one.
When I did a giveaway, I tested it.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, to all those who entered, good luck. 84 entrants, and drum roll, please. Oh.
It's Sam.
Sam's the winner.
Oh, I'm the winner. I'll get another one.
Congratulations, here are the winners.
What the fuck?
You have to pay
Register
for it.
to see more. Fuck off.
Yeah, you only get one free one.
That
You
looks like my
tested it.
profile picture, though.
I don't actually think it's fucking chosen anyone. That's a fucking joke. Right, give me a second till I fucking just hide this for a second and then create an account. What the actual fuck? Oh, epic fucking fail.
He's about to, it's about to be rigged.
And he
It's about to be
said
rigged.
he tested it.
Lies.
I tested it on the previous giveaway, not this one. Give me a second.
Hold on, guys. He's about to rig it.
I wonder if you can rig it. I'll give it to myself.
Come on, Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes.
There we go. There we go. Right, that's fine. Okay, it just opens you up into another fucking page. That's all it does. A more expanded page. There we go. And add. Second time lucky. Here we go. Find winners. Oh, come on! That can get to.
I love these kind of sites where it's just like, nope. Get a little layer deeper, a little layer deeper.
I've got a way around this. I've got a way around this. Don't worry. I can use a different browser. I've got a way around it. I've got a way around it.
He's got the version that he pre-filmed earlier.
Yep.
Third time's a charm, right?
Better fucking work this time. I swear to fucking God. I was going to put this off until tomorrow.
We'll give you money for it.
Cole's like, pay the $9. Let's move on.
Pay the fucking $9. I ain't got $9, bro. Fucking
He
hell.
just sent you the $9.
Oh, cool.
Now you have the $9.
That's funny.
Not in my bank account, I don't, man. Oh, shit. Cool. Thank you, bro.
Bro, I just paid you for fucking Acolyte stuff.
Yeah, and I
Is
just
that
paid my
already?
rent. I just paid my rent, bro.
Damn.
I'll figure it out. Let's do this. Let's do this. Cool. Thank you.
For
mate.
real this
Thank you.
time?
I'll get $10. For real. Hopefully for real this time. Yeah. Hopefully for fucking real this time. The question
You
is,
can just give me the code.
who's gonna clip this?
The epic fail? No, that's not good content.
Epic fail for a third time. Let's see. This was all Elvis's idea.
Yeah.
Right, we all got it. Okay,
$35.95 to use this on stream.
This should work. This has to work. Please work. It does work. Joe Marod. Joe.ma.rod.
Did you
You
switch
have-
browsers and VPN so it was the first time again?
What do you mean?
Does it give you like a free one?
Yeah. So Joe Marod, dude, you have won one of these guys. Congratulations, man.
Thanks,
Well
Joe.
done.
Joe Marod.
I will I'll get in contact with you on Instagram. And we will get you a code over ASAP.
Do
Thank
you
you
think
for
that's a play on words at Joe Marod?
Could be. Yo, my rod. Bam, you got cheating the system. Hell yeah, man. Sometimes you have to. Well, we got there in the end, third time lucky. So, Joe Marod, I'm going to DM you right now on Instagram. And I'm going to Joe your rod, bro.
Gonna JR.
Cole, thank you very much for the $9.99, bro. I owe you $10. Thank you so much.
Dallin was like, I was just here for the giveaway. Screw you guys. Good night.
Darwin, you take care, mate. Thanks for popping in.
Have a good one, darling.
Yeah, get some sleep, dude.
I hope that thing actually works and there is actually someone called Joe Marod that's commented on it. Oh, yeah, yep, he has.
Nice.
No, you can only win if you're actually here in the stream watching.
I need
Draw
to follow him back because he's got a private account. I can't actually message him until I follow him back. So
You should be
Send
like, this
message.
is a scam, but this is a
Pull
real
again.
scam.
Let's just keep disqualifying people until one of us win.
Yep.
just to like someone in here wins.
I like that idea.
That was a practice round. Let's go again.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just a practice to see if the actual software would work. Okay.
Right.
Now I have to download another browser.
Sweet. I'll be contacting him. I've got him there, so that's sweet. Awesome. Well, we got there in the fucking end. Thank God. Back to Acolyte before we wrap up. Where do you guys think that this series kind of leaves us in terms of not just Star Wars, but where does it leave the fandom considering how I don't ever
Civil
think
War.
I don't ever think there's been a project that's came out that's really enticed this amount of trouble, hate, dare I say?
Not even The Last Jedi did.
You know, maybe that's the thing I hate the most about this show. Is that everyone's so divided. And I was just texting Jesse, is like, you know what? I'm actually starting to get a little burnt on talking about Star Wars. Or maybe it's just Acolyte, but
Yeah. And you know what, dude? I've felt that way recently too. I have. Because everyone that knows me, here, they obviously all know that I love Star Wars, and they've all been asking me, oh, hey, I seen there's a new... Because the marketing campaign was everywhere. It was like on buses and billboards and, how's the new Star Wars thing? I'm like, yeah, it's all right. It's a little bit, it's a little bit great, but I feel you on that one. I do feel you on that one a bit. And I haven't felt that way before doing any of these after shows or doing any other streams. I have felt that way a little bit, yeah. And I don't know if that's because of the reaction and some reactions to it. I don't know.
Yeah, I just have like a debate exhaustion right now.
Yeah.
To the point where if normally if I really disagree with someone, I say it. I know it's annoying, but I do. And now it's just like, okay, cool opinion. Let's move on. I want a hamburger. I'm so bored.
And that was one of the questions I actually wanted to kind of come to and ask. And this is open to everyone in the chat as well, not just to us five. Has anyone felt like they've been walking on eggshells to talk about this show?
Yeah, I think
there was that one episode where I just kept my mouth shut because I absolutely hated it. I didn't want to ruin the mood, but
yeah, I commented on something and got torn apart for no reason, and I was like, I don't want to engage anymore. I'm done.
Yeah.
I just look at the comments on anything related to Star Wars right now, and it's just 90% of it is hate. Or if someone says they like it, everyone's like, "Hey, you're a stupid idiot. You're not a real fan."
Mhm.
That's what it is. You know what? You're right, dude. It's the amount of people saying how much they hate things that's really killing it for me.
Yeah.
That's
I'll tell you one thing that really confuses me, right? And you look at Theory, and he was like, "Oh, Plagueis has to be part of this," and then Plagueis has a slight cameo, and he loses his shit, and not in a good way. And it's like, huh? Like you wanted Plagueis in this? Like what's? And I'm not saying that he's wrong for feeling that way. Everyone feels a way for a reason, and it's completely their right to feel a certain way. I'm just kind of confused when people want certain things and they get it, and they're still going nuts.
To be fair, though, I think his argument was he didn't like how they used Plagueis. I'm not in agreement on this because the first thing is Plagueis has to be 19 years old, and I'm like, he's however old they want him to be. It doesn't matter what you think.
They changed
these fucking things. Yeah.
But to be fair, I think he wasn't saying they shouldn't have used Plagueis. I think he's saying if they were going to use him that way, they shouldn't have used him, or they shouldn't have used him that way. However you want to say it, but no, I think Plagueis had a place. The peering out, the sneaky, I don't know. I feel like the Plagueis thing could have been used better. So I'm not in full disagreement, but
yeah.
I mean, I'm also not heated about it either.
I think in the context of the show, there was no place for him. Clearly, the fact that we got a small cameo just to inform, like we were talking about earlier on, people who don't really follow Star Wars like the way that we do would have no idea who the fuck that was, right? But it was really, in my opinion, it was designed to inform, the fanatics, the fanatical side of the fandom, that, hey, we haven't forgotten about this fucking character, and the way that Leslie had talked about how everything was potentially wrapped up to be a one-seasoner with a potential for a second season. I disagree. I think there's too many questions. I think there has to be a second season now.
I did think that at the end. I was like, this is way more open to season 2 than I expected.
Someone said earlier on in the comments, I can't remember who it was, but someone said earlier, I caught it, the final scene when Vanessa walks into Yoda, that just sets it up for tune in next week. That's the way that sets that up.
Yeah, he said, he's like, oh, I didn't think this was the end of the show.
Yeah.
Because they ended it like they did every other episode. Like, oh, let's just end it right here mid-sentence. Just to...
Fucking love you, Cole, man. What was you say? Great picks. No, but this is the thing. I'm not saying that Theory or anyone else is wrong for feeling a certain way. I just, for me, I really wanted Plagueis in the show, right? And I'm on record saying that we have to have Plagueis, we have to have Yoda in some capacity, whether it's a 3-second or 30-second cameo, I'm fine with that. That's exactly what we got, and I'm fucking fine with that, because for me, it's enough. For me, it's enough. And I think as well, that... It
just introduces more questions that you're not going to get an answer to. That's the frustrating part for me.
Well, we should
personally,
get an answer
for me, I don't like the idea of Yoda being involved in a conspiracy.
I like it.
I like
And
it.
I also
That's
don't
why the
like all
Jedi
this-
Order fell.
Yeah.
And I also
If you-
don't appreciate all the Jedi slander that's been going on recently. In these
if you
shows.
if you listen to one thing that really resonated with me was the senator and what he was saying, right?
Oh yeah, Senator Martian Manhunter
That's the one, Martian Manhunter, right?
Yeah.
And
in the Arrow.
everything he said was spot on. It was completely spot on. It was 100% on the fucking nail, right? It's only a matter of time before one of you snaps and there's no one to control them. Anakin. Number one. I believe the Jedi are a cult who, profess to have control of the. I'm paraphrasing now of their feelings and everything else. Again, bullshit. Look what Soul done. Look what Vernestra's now doing. Everything was spot on, man. Like, that whole fucking thing was spot on. And again, we've said it before. How many times? When Ki-Adi-Mundi and the Phantom Menace says, "Oh, but the Sith have been extinct for a millennia," and you have Yoda just looking over at fucking Sam Jackson, and Sam Jackson's like, Like, it's all
when I saw
set
that, I
up
kind of got the
fucking-
impression they're like, Qui-Gon's just being Qui-Gon again, and he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well,
no, there's a look there, man. There's like, shit.
well, Mace also said a virgins around a person. Like, so
Yeah.
there was more to that there too. If anything,
is-
though, it is a little rough. This whole. Does that mean anyone can create Anakin? Like that. That one's a little hard to swallow.
The tree.
Mm-hmm.
Is the tree the Vergence?
It might be.
You look at that tree, it is very out of fucking place.
Yeah.
It sticks out like a red ass. Like, it's literally
Yeah, everything's
the
like
baboon's
kind
ass
of
of the
dark
fucking...
and gray, and then you got those bright yellow and orange leaves.
Right? There's so many questions. We're definitely getting a season 2. If we don't get a season 2, I'm out. Because I think it deserves a season 2 purely based on the questions, and now the way they've set things up with Vernestra, the way they've set things up with Yoda, possibly. We're theorizing just now at possibly knowing everything, which I think he will. Chimere, Osha, May, Plagueis. There's just too many questions. We have to get a season 2. Could this end up being a Clone Wars? Not to the extent of like 7 seasons, but like maybe 2 or 3 seasons. With season 1 being very, and then season 2 being holy shit. Could that be where we're going here? Because we all remember Clone Wars season 1, right? Everyone was a little bit like, what the fuck's this shit? And it turned out into be one of the fan favorite fucking series.
I hope so.
I mean, it would be nice. Star Wars is like my favorite thing ever, and I don't like the fact that I'm really hating on something that's Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
That bothers me a lot.
Yeah.
And I tried to like it. I really did.
What would be before we close it out, right? Real quick. What would be 2 things they have to do in season 2 for an overall opinion change? Not just for yourself, but potentially for fandom.
More cohesive story, better acting. Because, like I said, Saul and Qui-Mire were on point. Everyone else was just kind of bland and wooden.
Cool. Point taken, man. Gianni?
I'm gonna say quicker pace of a show, and if they can just stay on like the characters, let's say Chimere, Osha, and Plagueis, if they could just stay in their bubble and stop like jumping to the Jedi. I want some like real like Sith stories. I want something really dark, ominous, kind of that whole thing. So
a bit more maybe Chimere and Osha.
Yeah, because I
Revolve.
feel like that's what a lot of us were expecting with this show, because there's like from the Sith point of view. So we were expecting more of like a dark side, very dark kind of show.
Well, that's what it was originally marketed as like 3.5 years ago.
Right. and
Well-
we didn't get that. So
To be fair, though, did they say the first season of this show is going to be about a Sith point of view? No, they said the show. What if this is just this is how she fell to the dark side, season 1, and then season 2 is her becoming a Sith, whatever. Season 3 is, they kill her off at season 2, and then they enter into like Palpatine times in season 3 or something. Just throwing out a couple of what ifs, but we certainly didn't get what we were hoping for from season 1, if that was the actual intent.
Yeah. What about you, Elvis? Is that what you kind of want from a second season? Would be to be more revolved around the Sith side of things, with
Well, I mean, I don't want May. I know that. And I don't think you can really do a show with Osha without May. Like, I think they're going to have to bring that character in somehow, even though she's brainwashed or whatever.
What if they combined her back into one person?
What if Venestra has now been tasked with killing off whatever this Virgins has created, and she takes on May as her apprentice, and now it's going to be her fighting the other two? Like, who knows? It could be anything.
I don't want that.
May and Osha can do the fusion dance.
No, I don't
and
either. It
they're
doesn't
one
sound
person
cool.
again.
because May never trained as a Jedi, and she's now way too old. So like,
But she could be the bait to help get Osha, just like Osha was the bait to help get May.
yeah.
Oh, and then we're reliving that.
Yeah, I know.
It'd be
What
the
about you,
same
Jess?
story, except from the opposite perspective.
Two
What was the question?
things that you'd like to either see or like to have them do maybe differently in season 2 as to what they've done in season 1. It could be anything from a plot line to seeing something specific.
Fix May.
happen. Fix May.
Or make her a little easier to understand, maybe.
Who?
I think she's too
Yeah.
complex.
Yeah. Well, just I don't know what she wants.
I don't think she fucking knows what she wants.
Well, obviously, she got a
Sure, that
memory
could
wipe,
be a
so she
thing.
doesn't know what she wants now either.
Yeah.
But now that she's like reset, so maybe that'll help. I don't know.
I did find it interesting that they only reset her to when she remembered fire.
And then what else? Something that I want to continue, or something I want to see in season 2.
Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, I guess Plagueis. I don't know. Do I though? I don't know.
You know what's interesting is
Or
whoever.
I don't know. These are all just people. I don't know. Like story wise, I don't fucking know.
Like, can we ever have Chimere fight a bunch of Jedi again? I don't think we can, right?
I don't think we will see that.
No.
He whooped some ass.
I mean, it has to be covered up.
Yeah, it has to be covered up, which they did in this.
How do you keep it covered up with a season 2?
Venestra, she has to be the main. Venestra and me.
I'm just saying, like, before this season started, everyone was like, "Oh, you haven't seen the Sith in a millennia. What about that comment? We're breaking canon." Like, that was a big concern to everyone. They have to do that again.
Yeah.
Well, they can do that now because Venestra knows what's going on. Venestra knows it's Chimere.
She's hiding it.
You know, she's
But
hiding.
how many people are going to be in the know?
Not
They're all
many.
gonna die.
Clearly.
They'll just bring in
Clearly.
another bunch of characters and then kill them again,
And then blame it on May.
and then blame it on.
Osha
Blame it
this time,
on.
right?
No, it'll get blamed on.
Blame it on the alcohol.
It'll finally get blamed back on her.
I
don't know.
I would like things to not jump around maybe as much. I'd like them to use the time that they have a little bit better. I feel now that we have a proper introduction to the girls, to Venestra, to Chimere, a brief introduction to Plagueis. That's really the only characters, the kind of main characters really that are left in this is Osha, May, Chimere, and Venestra. Everyone else is like a side quest. I want to see Vanestra and Chimere go at it. I want to see them go at it. Yeah, I want to see them
Seeing
go at it.
a
man.
lightsaber whip
cute.
versus a regular lightsaber would be pretty cool.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely see it more. I'm sure if they do a second season.
You know, I want to see. I want the history. I want the background. I want the context of what happened there with him and her, and I want to see. I want the big fucking, the big fight, the big meeting, the Vader Kenobi moment between those two. Like I want that. You know, because I think she's also a little bit unhinged. She uses a purple lightsaber.
Definitely on him.
You know, she obviously floats not between light and dark, but she's kind of like Mace Windu, kind of in the middle, tapping into things. You know, she obviously does not follow the rules because she is lying out of her fucking green ass.
What is that building she was working in? We've never seen this Jedi security building or whatever it is before.
Is that an intelligence place or something? I don't
Yeah, like
fucking
what's
know.
her role? Is she like the director of the Jedi CIA or something? Like,
Must be something. Spec Ops. You know? What if they bring like there's Cody. What if it's like not characters, but what if it's actually just her and a team of temple guards or something that end up going after Chimere and Osha?
I think it would have to be her and May.
or they just have to kill off everyone they bring.
Yeah,
Again.
which is too repetitive in my opinion. If
Yeah,
it was temple,
exactly.
if it was temple guards and it was kind of more like a task force, but like a spec ops task force, then I'd be cool with that. But if it's just a bunch of other Jedi again, nah, I'm not down. But
Or maybe she hires a bunch of mercenaries.
you know what? That'd be pretty cool, actually. Yeah, like bounty hunters, Mandalorian.
Yeah.
There's a fucking point. Anyway, gentlemen, it's been nearly 2 hours. That was the Acolyte. That was it. Final scores before we go. I'm going to go right at the bat. I kind of returned to like a 7 overall. Few things I didn't like. Overall, yeah, I thought it was... I think it's like... If we get a season 2, I'm going to say a 7. If we don't get a season 2, I'm going to say a 4. Because I think we've got a good platform to go off of now for a second season, and hopefully they can improve some stuff for a second season. If it's a standalone season, for me it's a 4. If it's a springboard to season 2, it's a 7.
That's fair.
Matt?
I'm going to have to agree with you. As it stands right now, probably a 4. There's just too much stuff that I just did not like. The story was too disjointed and slow for me. And like I keep saying, the acting from everyone but Quimere and Saul, even Carrie Ann Moss wasn't that great, which is really disappointing. So yeah, and if we get a second season, as much as I'm dreading it, it would be nice if we can get some more answers and see a continuation of the story.
Yeah.
But until that happens, it's a 4.
Gianni?
Despite my rant earlier, I will give it a 6. I didn't hate it by no means, but I also didn't love it, and I think I just expected more. And so
That's fair.
you know, I am going to rewatch it again, and I am excited to rewatch it again because I want to see things that maybe I missed, and maybe by rewatching it as a cohesive story, maybe I'll change my opinion to a higher score. So, you know, yeah, I give it a 6 currently. My thing too is like, you look at the prequels, right? There's a lot of people that did not like the prequels in the beginning, and as it's aged, I feel like more and more people love the prequels, right? So who knows? Maybe this will have a similar effect.
That's fair. That's fair. Elvis, my man.
5.5, 6, I guess. Yeah. If we get a season 2, I hope we do get a season 2 now. If we don't get a season 2, I'm kind of irritated with the series. So yeah, I'd probably drop below 5. But yeah, I'd say just over 5 right now.
And Jesse has disappeared.
He's probably there.
He's always sketchy on. Jesse, you there? You gonna give us a score, bro? He busy, man. He busy.
Yeah.
I think Jesse would probably give it like a 6 or a 7.
He liked it.
Yeah. I don't think he'd go as far as giving it an 8. But you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time over the last 6-7 weeks. It's always appreciated. Next up, Skeleton Crew. I am really nervous for Skeleton Crew. I have no idea what to fucking expect. I don't know. I'm not a Jude Law fan, so I'm nervous for Skeleton Crew.
There's a lot of people that aren't Jude Law fans. That's pretty controversial, actually.
So, yeah, I am rather scared.
What's the dirt on him? I don't remember, but he's like he's been arrested for like beating his wife or girl or something, right? Isn't there something?
I don't know about that. I'm just not a fan of his acting.
Oh, there's some dirt on him. That's a big deal. I don't remember what it is, though.
He's a celebrity. Of course there's fucking dirt on him. God. There probably is. I don't know. I'm not going to slander Jude Law because things that I don't know. However, I'm just not a fan of his acting. I've never have been.
I will say Enemy at the Gates is a fantastic movie, though.
Oh, he cheated on his wife with the kid's nanny. That's not as bad as I thought it was.
That's still bad.
That's pretty bad.
Elvis is just like, it's just a little casual adultery. It's fine.
He forgot that he wasn't, filming a movie, and he went, "Oh shit."
Adultery is a lot more common than wife beating. Just saying.
Well, you're fucking right there. You're right. Yeah. So Skeleton Crew next up, alleged to be December. So Skeleton Crew Aftershow incoming. But thank you to everyone who's given me their time over the last several weeks. Massive thank you again to Saber Theory and Sneak for sponsoring the Aftershow, and to Saber Theory for their giveaways in that time as well. We'll be back, hopefully with some familiar faces. Hopefully we aren't burnt out from talking about Star Wars. But until then, everyone take care, have a great summer, stay safe, and may the Force be with you all.